Hello students. So in the previous class we were talking about that of the chapter why do we fall ill, and in this chapter student we discussed about the common pathogens which are responsible for causing the disease to that of the human beings. And in that student we discussed some of the pathogens that of a trypanosoma. Then we discussed about leishmania, which causes the disease that is leishmaniasis. Okay. We also discussed about the mycobacterium tuberculosis, which causes the disease that is tuberculosis. We also discussed about the SARS students, SARS, which is caused by a SARS coronavirus. Okay, and Staphylococcus, which is also kind of a bacteria, a gram-positive bacteria, which causes a food poisoning. It can not only to the human but to the animals also, and it penetrate. Either it get inside the body and produces the toxic substances, as well as it shows the penetration also. Okay, so trypanosoma, leishmania causes the disease that is leishmaniasis, and mycobacterium tuberculosis, SARS coronavirus students, I told you about that. Severe acute respiratory syndrome, which causes a respiratory problem. A person is not able to breathe properly, and it is also caused due to that of the coronavirus. Okay, you'll see that this one is also arises from that of China, and it occurs in 2003, which is a epidemic disease, and it affect more than 26 countries students. So by this you can imagine that how dangerous or how this pathogen is very life-threatening for the people. Okay. And Staphylococcus is a gram-positive bacteria. So these are some of the common pathogen students which causes the disease, which is responsible for making the health of a person or affect the health of the living organism. Okay, so these pathogens, they are responsible for causing the disease to the living organisms. Okay. Now the next one that we have to see is the Ascaris. One more is left, that is Ascaris. Ascaris. Basically, this Ascaris is commonly called as a roundworm. Okay, and this causes a disease that is known as ascariasis in the human being, and it lives in the alimentary canal. Okay, so it is a roundworm. It causes a disease that is known as ascariasis, and it lives in the alimentary canal of the human being as a parasite. Okay, so we can write it. First of all, Ascaris. Ascaris is what, student? It is a pathogen only. We will say that it is a parasite which is responsible for causing a disease called ascariasis, and it is present in the alimentary canal of human. Okay, it is present in the alimentary canal of the human being, and it is also known as roundworm. Okay, so it is known as a roundworm. It is also called as a roundworm, students, and it causes a disease that is known as a ascariasis in the human being, and basically it is present in the alimentary canal of the human being as a parasite. Okay, so you see these are some of the common pathogens which is present in the human being and which causes different disease in that of the human being as well as to the other animals also. So we can say these are the pathogens which causes disease to the living organisms. Okay. Now we have discussed about the common pathogens. Now we will see that what is the means, what are the different agencies by which this disease gets spread from one person to that of the another person. Okay, so means of transmission of the disease you can say, or means of the spread of the infectious disease. 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 When we talk about the infectious disease, what does that mean, student? Infectious disease is also known as a communicable disease. When we were talking about the difference between that of a infectious and a non-infectious, we discussed that infectious disease is you can say that it gets spread from one person to another, and that is why it is a communicable disease. And non-infectious is the disease which is a non-communicable. It means which do not get spread from one person to other person. So here also the infectious disease gets spread from one person to another. So we will say that infectious disease is also known as a communicable disease. Communicable disease. Okay, and since it is a communicable disease, students, it means it used to get transfer from one person to another, and this transfer occur through agencies, and that agency can be water, that agency can be air, it can be food article, it can be insects also like that of a mosquito, or it can occur through direct contact or through that of a sexual contact. All these are the different means by which these infectious diseases get transferred from one person to the another person. So let us write it that what are the means of the spread of the infectious disease. So you see, student, infectious disease get transferred or transmitted from one person to the another through the means or through the agencies. What are these agencies, students, which is responsible for that? So you see, these agency, it can be air or it can be water or it can be food article or it can be through mosquito, or either you can write it through insects. Okay. mosquitoes, even through flies also. Okay, vector, you have heard about the sandfly and all, and tsetse fly, it is also responsible for carrying the disease from one person, carrying the pathogen from one person to another. So it is also like an agent which used to transfer the disease from one person to another person. Okay, so it can be air, it can be food article, it can be mosquito, it can be through direct touch, or it can be through that of the sexual contact. So you see student, all these are the different agents or different agencies by which the infectious disease get transmitted from a from infected person to that of a healthy person. Okay, so if we talk about the means of the spread of the infectious disease, it is these agents which are responsible for spreading the infectious disease. Now let us discuss all of them one by one, that how the air, water, food articles, they are responsible for spreading the infectious disease from one person to another. Now let us start with that of a spread through air. First one is spread through air. Students, you see, when we talk about the infectious agent, most of the disease you can say, it gets transmitted from a infected to a healthy person through the agent, through that of the medium of air. Okay, through the infectious agent get transferred from one person to another is through air. Especially when we talk about the respiratory diseases. Okay, so if it is related to that of a respiratory problem or respiratory disease, then absolutely it will get transmitted from one person to another through air. Okay, so that time the means of transpiration, that agent will be the air only. Okay, now see how air, when you sneeze or when you cough, in both the cases what will happen, the small water droplets which consisting of the infection, which consisting of the pathogen with it will, or the microbes with it will comes out and spread in the air. Now this microbe will enter into the other's body through nose or through mouth, and finally when it enters into the body, ultimately it will cause disease to that person. So you see, through sneezing or through cough, the disease can be transferred from one person to another. How? Because when you sneeze or cough, these microbes will remain in the air. Now air is providing a medium for it. It is providing a means so that they can spread from one person to another person. Okay, so we can write it that many infectious agent especially those related with the respiratory problem respiratory problem will spread through air. Okay, it will spread through that of the air. Okay, and basically what happens, students, when you breathe, or when you sneeze or cough, when you sneeze or cough, small water droplets consisting of microbes comes out and remains suspended in the air. Okay, it remains suspended in air. Okay, it means what? Air is what? Air is providing a medium. It is a kind of a agent which allow it so that they can retain there. And finally, when a healthy person, when a healthy person breathe, these tiny droplets consisting of the microbes will enter in his body. Okay. Present in the environment, enter into his body, and finally the person gets affected. Now you see students, there are a lot of a disease which will be caused due to the means of transmission of the infection through air. Okay, so the spreading of the disease, actually when you talk about the spread of such kind of a disease, you see it mainly happen in the overcrowded place or a non-ventilated place. Okay, because at that time these microbes were not able to get spread throughout, especially if it is not ventilated, it will remain suspended in that particular area. Okay, ultimately what will happen when you enter there, when you breathe it, then these microbes will also enter in your body. Okay, so either the person is in the overcrowded place or the person is in a non-ventilated area, there the chances of the spread of the diseases through air will be much more. Okay, so we can say that the means of a transmission of the disease through air basically happen in the overcrowded or a non-ventilated area. Now, what are the different diseases, student, which is responsible for which is caused due to the transmission of transmission of disease through air? So, see, tuberculosis is there, or influenza is there, or pneumonia is there. All these things are what? They can spread through the air. It means the spread agency is the air only. Okay, so we can write it that it is the tuberculosis. Example of the diseases, students. So you see, tuberculosis, influenza. Influenza is also the same. And pneumonia, etc. These are the different kind of a disease which gets spread through that of the air. Now if we talk about the spread through water, so again here we said that the agent is the air which help in transmitting the diseases from one person to another through air itself. Okay. Here, the infectious agent is the water only. Okay, so you see that water, it is a very common for the spreading of the disease. Especially what happens, students, that when a person who is infected already, then infected with any kind of a disease, if he or she the excreta of that infected person, finally if it mixes with that of the water body, then what will happen? The microbes which is present in the excreta, it will get mixed in the water, and what it will cause? These microbes will make the water unhygienic. It means that water will consist of a lot of microbes now. When a person drink that water, consume that water, ultimately the microbe will enter into his body, and finally it will affect the person, or it will cause the disease to that particular person. Okay, so we can write it. That is why the water, it should not be physically and chemically fit, but biologically students also, that it does not consisting of any kind of a microbe, otherwise it will going to harm ourselves, our body. Okay, so we can write it spread through water. Through water. So water, it is a very common agent, okay, which is responsible for the spreading of the diseases. Okay, it is a common agent for the spreading of disease. Very common agent. Especially what happen when a person, especially that of the infected person. Okay, so when an infected person's excreta mixes with the water, the microbes which is present in it is present in it, mixes with the microbes which is present in it, it also get mixed or enters into the water. Making the water polluted or not fit for the drinking purpose. Finally, what will happen, student? When a healthy person, he or she will drink that water, the microbe will enter into that person, and since now the microbes, they get a new host, and that host is the living organism, that the living organism's body. Okay, so this microbes will this microbe will now cause the diseases to that particular living organisms. Okay, so you can understand by this that the infected person, if we are not drinking the clean water, okay, then ultimately it will cause a disease to us. When we talk about the clean water, it is not about the physical cleaning or the chemical cleaning, but actually we are talking about the microbes also. That is how biologically it is clean. Okay, so if there will be no microbes, then we can say yes, okay, physically if it will be not good, that is also will also affect us, but yes, if biologically if it is clean, then it will not going to give any kind that the spreading of the disease from the water will be less if we are drinking the clean water. Okay, so this the water will get infected because of the excreta from that of infected person will mixes in the water and degrade the quality of the water. What are the different kind of a disease which is caused by the spread through water, students? So you see cholera, dysentery or hepatitis. All these things are what? These are caused by the disease which is caused through that of the water, or it is spread through that of the water. Okay, so these are what? These are the infectious agent, that is the water. Now we will discuss the another infectious agent, student, that is the spread through food articles. So how food articles are responsible for that, student? Let us discuss it. Spread through food articles. How the food articles are responsible, students? So you see that the food that we used to take, this food we used to take, especially we are talking about the food which is present at the roadside, okay, or which sale at the roadside. Okay, it means we are talking about the open food. Okay, so you see students, the open food, they are not good for us, not fit for us, because it may cause a disease. How? You see, the houseflies and the other insects, especially the houseflies, they used to sit on the excreta of a person, of an infected person, and when the same housefly will sit on that of the food article, and when a healthy person will consume it, then what will happen? When the housefly, it sits from that of the excreta to the food, it carries the microbe with it, and that microbe get now transferred to the food article. Now when that food a healthy person will consume, then ultimately it will cause a disease, because now the microbe will get a new host, it enters into the living organism and causes the different kind of diseases. Okay, so we can say that food articles which is sale at the roadside. Okay, which is present at the roadside, it may be infectious. And how infectious, students? Because it is open. Okay, and since it is open, then what will happen? The flies used to sit, on these food articles. These flies may carry the pathogens, the disease causing pathogens from the excreta living organism. Excreta of the living organism, and ultimately when a healthy person eat that food, then these pathogens will enter in his body and causes the disease. Okay, so you see, the flies, they used to sit on the food articles, and these flies, they used to carry the diseases. Actually, they are carrying the disease causing pathogen or microbes from the excreta, and again now it will going to sit on that of the food articles which is which sale on the roadside. Okay, and what will happen? Now it is carrying the pathogen with it, so pathogen will remain on the food article, and when the person will eat that food item, then what will happen? The pathogen will also enter with the food into the body of the person, and ultimately it will cause the disease. Okay, so what kind of a disease will occur, students? Again, the same disease, that is cholera or dysentery. So, these are the diseases which get spread through that of the food articles. Now, not only this, not the only the air or the water or the food article, but you see mosquitoes also. They are also responsible for carrying the disease. You have heard about the malaria. So malaria is basically caused due to a protozoa, that is Plasmodium. Now this Plasmodium is present in an infected person. When the mosquito actually the female mosquito, they have to lay egg. Okay, and for that they need a proper diet, or you can say proper nutrition, and for that they used to suck the human blood. So when they bite an infected person, the Plasmodium get transferred to the female mosquito, and when the same female mosquito suck the blood of a healthy person, now this Plasmodium will get transferred from the mosquito to that of the healthy person. Now you see that how the Plasmodium get transferred from a infected to that of a healthy person. Okay, and thus it will cause, now the Plasmodium enter into the body, and finally it will cause a malaria to that of the healthy person also. So it is what? It is like a carrier, it is like an agent which used to carry the disease from an infected person to that of a healthy person. Okay.